Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to create a digital planner with hyperlink shortcuts like this. I'm using the Keynote software that comes with a Mac computer. If you're using Windows, you can use PowerPoint instead. The principle is the same. First, create a new document and choose either a horizontal or vertical layout based on your needs. For this demonstration, I'll go with the horizontal layout. Set the dimensions to 2388 by 1688. This is a standard iPad size. If you opt for a vertical layout, the dimensions would be 1688 by 2388. First, we need to create a page that looks like a book, though you can customize it into any other style you prefer. Select Shape and choose a rectangle. Adjust it to a suitable size. Fill the color with white, set a 1-point border, and adjust the opacity to 20%. Add a shadow by selecting Curved Shadow. Then, duplicate it 3 times. Select all 3, right-click, and choose Align Objects, Top, to align them. After that, group them together. Next, duplicate the group and place it on the right side. Align them to form a book-like layout. Add the monthly shortcuts on the right side. Here, I'm using a pre-prepared asset. It's a tag-like shape. Drag it onto the page. Double-click the asset, crop it to a suitable size, add a shadow by selecting Curved Shadow, and then scale it up a bit. Position it appropriately, then duplicate it 12 times. Select all 12, right-click, choose Align Objects left, and then select Distribute Objects vertically. Next, adjust them to the right position. If the size isn't quite right, select all of them and tweak the size using the size settings. Once adjusted, right-click and choose Send to Back. This creates the 12 monthly shortcut tags. Now, add the month names and group each text label with its corresponding tag. At this point, we can group the book style elements together and click Lock. This makes it easier for us to work on the rest without accidentally moving it out of place. Next, duplicate this completed page 11 more times to create 12 months. Once done, select the text and tags, right-click and choose Group, then right-click again and select Add Link, Slide, and enter 1. Use the same method for February by entering 2, and so on, setting up all 12 months. After that, select everything and replace the tags on the other pages with the ones that have the shortcuts set up. Once finished, you can click the tags from any page to quickly jump to the corresponding month. Now, you can start designing the monthly pages. First, write the month in the top left corner. Here, I've used an artistic font for decoration. Then, select Table and choose the first style in the second row. Change it to 6 rows. Adjust it to a suitable size and position it. Next, you can beautify the table borders based on your preference. Select Cell, then choose All Borders. I'll set the color to gray and the thickness to 1.5. Once done, duplicate the table and place it on the right side, aligning it properly. Since a calendar week has 7 days, we have 8 columns here, so the last column can be used as a notes section. Select the last column, right-click, and choose Merge Cells. After that, you can label the tops of the columns with the days from Monday to Sunday. For convenience, select the finished content, copy it to each page, and then change the month to match accordingly. Here, I'd like to explain why I set it to 6 rows even though a month has a maximum of 31 days. If you open a calendar and take a look, you'll notice that, for example, August 1st to 31st spans across 6 weeks. So, to ensure every month's dates can fit comfortably, I've set it to 6 rows here. This completes a digital planner with a monthly view. If you like keeping it simple like this with monthly shortcuts, then you're done here. Wait, hold on. The tutorial isn't over yet. Maybe you also need weekly and daily planning sections. So, next, let's add weekly and daily pages to the planner. First, duplicate the monthly page and move it to the very bottom. Then, merge a few of those cells. This way, when you're in week mode, you can write your planning tasks in the blank space for that day. Back in month mode, we need to add a shortcut button to switch to week mode. Start by clicking Shape and selecting a rounded rectangle. Adjust it to a suitable size, then go to Style, set the border to a solid line and adjust the opacity to 100%. For fill, choose No Fill. Click Text, type week, and position it nicely. Group the text and the button together. Once done, right-click, select Add Link, Slide, and enter 13 because the week mode page we just created is on page 13. This way, when you import it to your iPad or another tablet, clicking the button will jump you to week mode. Duplicate the week mode page several times. Since each monthly page has 6 weeks and there are 12 months, you'll need to duplicate it 72 times. After duplicating is complete, go back to the January page and add a button to enter week mode for each week. Here's a quick method. First, duplicate the button 5 more times. Then drag one button to the bottom and adjust it to a suitable position. Hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, select all 6 buttons, right-click, choose Align Objects left, and then select Distribute Objects vertically. This will automatically align them for you. Next, just click each button and change the number to correspond to the right page. We set the first week's page as 13, so the second will be 14, and so on. Once finished, copy these 6 buttons to the other months and adjust them to match the corresponding weekly pages. Since these are repetitive steps, I'll fast forward through this part. One thing to note here, since we duplicated the week mode pages earlier, the month displayed on every weekly page is currently January. We'll need to manually adjust this. Every 6 pages represent 1 month, and so on. Of course, you could also delete the month labels during the duplication process to save time. The downside is that in week mode, there won't be a month displayed. You can choose based on your own needs. For the sake of this demonstration, I'll go ahead and delete them all. Once that's done, we've completed a digital planner that combines both monthly and weekly modes. Next, I can continue by creating the daily pages. Similarly, we need to add a button to provide a way to access the daily pages. Click Shape, select Symbols, and choose the plus shape. Adjust it to a suitable size, place it in the appropriate position, and then add one button to each cell. After placing all the buttons, we can start creating the daily pages. Daily pages are great for recording daily tasks and are highly personalized. In our free digital planner, DigiPlanPro 2025, we provide a variety of templates. If you're interested, you can visit the website to download them. For this demonstration, to keep things simple, I'll set up a blank page as the daily page. The method for adding shortcuts is the same as the one we used for the week mode buttons. Right-click, select Add Link, Slide, and enter the corresponding page number. This is a highly repetitive task since every button needs to be linked, so I won't demonstrate it again in the video here. Once you've completed everything, congratulations! You've now created a digital planner that integrates monthly, weekly, and daily views. Save your finished file and export it as a PDF. This step is crucial because platforms like iPad, other tablets, or phones can only use it in PDF format. After exporting, import it into your device. I'm using GoodNotes here. Click the plus button and select the file you just imported. And just like that, you can start using your digital planner on your iPad. For more tips on using digital planners, feel free to visit my website. If you don't want to make one yourself, you can also download the free version of the digital planner I've already prepared. The link is in the video description. Just enter your email address and you can claim it.